All right, Mr. Steigerwald here. Every year when we do the special right triangles and then I introduce radian measure, I say next year when you have to do the unit circle, come see me and I'll point you in the right direction. What I do is I show them a couple of videos on YouTube. There's a lot of stuff out there that's, well, let's just say it's mediocre. And then there's a couple good ones. So I have them watch the videos and then they come to me and I'll kind of fine tune them from there, okay? But then I said, well, why don't I just make my own video? Kids have been emailing me since this distance learning saying, look, we're doing the unit circle. Can you help me out? So here you go. Kids, keep your eye on the timer. It's time to rock and roll. Now, would you look at that? 220, almost, well, I definitely broke the 3-minute unit circle. Now, stick around. I'm going to show you exactly how I did it. All right, kids, I'm back. Let's take a deep breath. You don't need to do it that fast, but I think you're going to, most teachers want it under 5 minutes. No problem, okay? First thing is the ordered pairs. You know, you're going to learn that this is 1, you know, radius of 1. So it's 1, 0, 0, 1, negative 1, 0, and 0, negative 1. So I start with the easy stuff. Then I work on the degrees because to me that's pretty easy. So you start at 0 degrees, think about it. You go to 90, keep coming, 180, just keep adding 90 degrees and at 360. So far, so good. Well, I like doing halfway. By the way, if you're practicing a unit circle, hopefully you've been given a unit circle that's kind of in proportion. If you evenly spread these 3 out, it's going to mess with your brain. So this one is halfway between, so that's 45. So now in my brain, I'm just adding 45 every time. 90, 135, 180, 225, 270, 315. And then I just know that that's 30 degrees, okay? All these numbers should be looking familiar on those special right triangles. So 30, 60, 90, and I'm just adding, I'm filling in the blanks. Oops. Oh, I hate when that happens. 5180, 210, 240, 270, 300, 330. So now we got the degrees out of the way. Let's worry about radians. Well, 0 radians, and then remember all the way around is 2 pi. So this is halfway, so that's pi, and back home to 2 pi. Well, what's halfway to pi? 1/2 pi and then obviously 3/2 pi, okay? Well, this is halfway, so half of a half is a fourth, so that's pi over 4. So now in my brain, I'm adding 1/4, okay? 1/4 plus that, that's 3/4 pi, 4/4 pi, 5/4 pi, 6/4, 7/4 pi, and then 8/4 pi is 2 pi. So I got to worry about this. This is the only one I just memorized. It's pi over 6. But remember, if you multiply by pi over 180 to convert degrees to radians, you'll get pi over 6. But just that's the one I want you to memorize. Now you could probably, I might be able to beat that 220, but I didn't take any chances. So this is 1/6 here. Think of it that way. 2/6 pi, 3/6 pi, which is a half. And then I did 4/6 pi, 5/6 pi, 6/6 pi, 7/6 pi. I'm just filling in the blanks. 8/6 pi, 9/6 pi, which is reduces to that. 10/6 pi, 11/6 pi. Now, on a test, you're going to have plenty of time. So now you go back and reduce. Well, this reduces to, and there's 4 of them, one in each quadrant that you got to reduce. So you kind of remember that. 4/6 reduces to 2/3. I normally don't like using my finger because the oil's on the board, but I was trying to break a record. Anyhow, so now you just reduce that bad boy, and you can take your time on the test. 5/3 pi. So we got the radians out of the way. Now we got to worry about the ordered pairs, okay? So the little trick is this. You just set it up like this. Now, by the way, I'm just showing you the fast way to do it. Hopefully, you're going to study this stuff and understand what's really going on. But if you, just for the sake of getting it through the test, you can use this method. And then you got to squeeze it in. So everything is over 2. So you put all that over 2. And then you just go 1, 2, 3, and then back home 1, 2, 3. Now you're going to take the square root of all the top. But when you take the square root of 1, it's just 1, so no need. And this square root everything. Again, I don't need to do that. So think about it. This is in quadrant 1, so it's plus, plus. Over here, it's going to be negative plus. So I grab this one, and see this matches up here, so I grab it, and instead of 1/2, it's negative 1/2 radical 3 over 2. And then this one, negative radical 2 over 2 up. You get the idea? This one comes over here. Negative radical 3 over 2, 1 over 2. And it's kind of sloppy, but you get the idea. Now I'm going to grab this, and it matches to here. So it's negative radical 3 over 2. And you also got to make this negative because it's down in quadrant 3. This guy is matching up with this guy. So negative radical 2 over 2, negative radical. Everything's got to be negative in quadrant 3. And then now we're pulling this guy down here. Negative 1 over 2, negative radical 3 over 2. Last but not least, this guy matches with here, so that's that 1/2, but now it's going to go into negative land, so it's negative radical 3 over 2. This guy matches to here, so it's radical 2 over 2, and then you make the y-coordinate negative, and then we got this last one. See, this matches with here, so it's radical 3 over 2, negative 1/2. And that, my friends, is how it's done. Hope this helps you. Now take a break.